Match day 9 here in MLS Next Pro as we get set for New York Red Bulls 2 and Inter Miami CF2 from MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. Welcome in. I am Josh Toll, and you look at these two teams. New York Red Bulls coming off a big win in the New York Derby as they got a victory over NYCFC 2 by a score of 2-0. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami 2, they drew against Philadelphia Union by a score of 2-2. These two are neck and neck here in the standings. You look at the updated standings here, 5th place, you have New York Red Bulls with the 3 wins, the 14 points. Just a couple behind them is Inter Miami. They have the 3 games won with the 10 points, so a chance for them to move up into that 6th spot if they are to get an upset win here against New York Red Bulls. Meanwhile, for the Red Bulls too, they can move all the way up into that 2nd place where Columbus Crew sits right now, right behind Crown Legacy, who are handed their first loss of the season against Huntsville. You look at these two sides, first ever meeting between these two squads here in MLS Next Pro. They did see each other before in previous years, but this is the first time that they will get to see one another in MLS Next Pro action. When you look at these two sides, when you look at the Red Bulls too, they are all about their defense. 4 clean sheets on the season. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami, they're all about goals. They've scored 14 goals on the season. The problem is they've given up 19 as well. As we'll take a look at the lineups here tonight, and we'll begin with New York Red Bulls and their starting 11. It'll be Anthony Marcucci back in between the sticks. He'll get his 7th start of the season, 23 saves on the year and 3 clean sheets already for Red Bulls too. Meanwhile, up top there, look out for Frank Sebufu. He got his first goal last week in that win over New York City FC 2. He'll look to play a factor in terms of creating offense up front for this New York Red Bulls side. They'll come out in the 4-4-2 formation for a head coach Ibrahim Sakaya. Meanwhile, on the other side for head coach Federico Higuain, he'll also come up with a 4-4-2 lineup. Owen Finnerty getting his first start of the season. 2nd team all Big Ten when he was at Michigan State. He made 79 saves as a senior, so he'll get the go-ahead here tonight. Watch out for number 63, Lorenzo D'Agostini, up top. 2 goals on the season. He's 2nd on the team in scoring. He's going to look to be able to be dangerous and try to get behind that back line of New York Red Bulls too, who are so dangerous when it comes to the defensive side of the game. Our referees tonight in the center will be Catherine McCormick. Our assistant referees will be Justin Lopez and Alexander Foseo. And our 4th official tonight is Ernie Constantine. Red Bulls on the season, 3 wins, 2 losses, and 3 draws. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami, 3 wins, 4 losses, and just the 1 draw. Miami away from home, 1 win, 3 losses. Meanwhile, at home for New York Red Bulls 2 this season, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses and 1 draws. We are underway from MSU Soccer Park here in Montclair, New Jersey. Inter Miami in the all-pink kits, New York Red Bulls in the all-red kits with the white numbers. As Inter Miami will work out from back, here's Finnerty playing it out for the Herons. This is going to find Nahib. Nahib in the circle will bring it out of play. Plays it to the width. We'll step over and go here for Cameron Johnson, and he's going to drop this back. This ball played in with the left foot, brought down by Nahib. Nahib with a good shot, but a better save there by Marcucci. Marcucci so good at making those saves, going down, diving to his left, his 24th save now of the season. But Inter Miami doing a great job here, controlling possession of the ball. Talking with head coach Ibrahim Sakaya about the last game against New York City FC. Really was thrilled with his performance. Thought it was a very good performance. They did what they wanted to do. They executed their goals and adjusted their plays as need be. Here's a great look. Nahib getting this, chesting it down, brings it to his right foot. Just couldn't create enough distance there to separate that ball from Marcucci. You go back to last week's win for New York Red Bulls, Alan Rakowski in between the sticks. He got his first clean sheet of the season in that victory. The Inter Miami side has yet to record a clean sheet on the season. They're hoping to change that here today. This ball played up to midfield, flicked on. Here's Cameron Johnson. Cameron Johnson has some room. Cameron Johnson with his left, and it's blocked aside by Copeland Berkeley, who was able to get back defensively. Doncor will play it in. Shapiro Thompson will relay it back. Alexander will play it over to the side, and Avante Mullins, the captain, he'll play it to the center of the pitch. Good ball movement here by New York Red Bulls. And this is going to be relayed back by Abdi Areda. Abdi Areda on the season. 1 goal for the 17-year-old for Inter Miami. Here's Tyler Hall. Hall in his 2nd season with the Herons. He's played for the US U17 side as well. Of course, we have the U20 FIFA World Cup going on. That began yesterday. Will go on until June 4th. Nice little sidestep there by Doncor, and he'll play it inside. Drop back. Three minutes into this game. Inter Miami has had the best chances so far. A great one by Nahib that was stopped on the play by Marcucci. Marcucci, one of the best keepers in this league. Now Rakowski, no shrub either. He's very good as well. You look at New York Red Bulls, the depth they have at the goalkeeper position is tremendous. Hall will drop it back. Finnerty. Finnerty was 2nd team All Big Ten at Michigan State. Began his career actually at the rival in the University of Michigan, was a Wolverine before he became a Spartan. Played his first 3 years at Michigan before transferring. This ball played inside, flicked on. Diarreta able to get it over to Johnson. Johnson here, 2 players on him as he goes stumbling to the ground. One thing New York Red Bulls, too, they like to do, and Coach talked about this on our call, is they like to press. Really coming into this week, they wanted to focus on their style, on their structure, how they press together, and when they come back. It all begins with the people up front putting the pressure on the back line, trying to force those mistakes and see if they can take advantage of them. Right there, you get the quick turnover by Inter Miami, nearly won back by D'Agostini. Doncor, the 18-year-old out of Ghana, plays it into the middle. Thomas. Bring that back to his left foot. This Red Bulls side, they've allowed the 5th fewest goals in the league. They've allowed just 7 goals on the season. They've only scored 8. They're averaging a goal per game. They actually go back to that win against New York City FC. First time this season they've scored multiple goals in a game. The giveaway by Inter Miami. Ruiz plays it in. Now played outside. Doncor crossing. Thomas and Sebufu in there, but neither one could get a shot on target. Sule goes tumbling to the ground. Montenegro will drop it back. Sesak. Here's Modesto Mendez in his 4th season with the Heron. Diarreta will play it to midfield. Agostini goes to the ground. This will be a foul called against the Red Bulls. He'll go against Salinas. Salinas in his 2nd season with the club, the 24-year-old from Costa Rica. Diarreta will play it back. Hall. First 3 minutes of this game, Inter Miami was getting off on the front foot. Right now they're having issues getting across midfield. Mendez now looking to push up. Switching sides. Johnson slots it through. Ball. Back to Abdiarreta. Johnson. Nahib. Nahib in the channel. Crossing at the top of the 18. D'Agostini trying to get by 2 defenders, unable to do so. Good job cutting off the angle there by Davi Alexander. Also making it difficult was Eric Ruiz for the Red Bulls. Mendez. Sesson, who played at Indiana University. Miami not force anything. Trying to work with the space that they're given. Here's a little pressure by Sebufu. Seeing the Red Bulls pick their times when they want to press up. Finnerty. Used to seeing CJ Dos Santos in there between the sticks, but tonight Finnerty getting his first professional start. And he playing outside, but can't reconnect there with Amadi Areda giving it over here in the defensive third of Miami. Ruiz. This Rebel side, 10 players so far have made their debuts this year. See a lot of fresh faces for both sides in and out each week. Sule will play it in. Shapiro Thompson goes out wide. Thomas can't get to the ball first as he's knocked off by Tyler Hall. First corner of the game here coming for New York Red Bulls. Shapiro Thompson will head over the far corner for New York. Plays it short. Doncor. Ruiz tees it up. He's had a clean look there, but leaning back a little bit too far as he sends it over the crossbar. I think the idea by Ruiz just needs to execute. Look at how the season began for Inter Miami, scoring just 3 goals in their first 4 games. Meanwhile, in their last 4, they've scored 11. They've scored 2 or more goals in their last 4 games that they played. One against a tough defense here in the New York Red Bulls. Now Red Bulls 2 control the possession here in this game. Best chance from them came from Nick Ruiz just a couple moments ago. The ball that was kicked over the crossbar. Shapiro Thompson will set up for this kick. Right-footed ball coming. Hits off the backside right there of Montenegro. A little bit better service right there from Shapiro Thompson. Missed chance there for Red Bulls, but now they've earned themselves a corner. See what Shapiro Thompson can deliver here. First year player out of Boston College. Drive it in. Get off target. Good looking pass in, but sent the other way. Sebufu, who got the chance to get his head to it. Sebufu, as well as Ibrahim Kasule, both from Uganda, coming over here to New York Red Bulls. Montenegro will drop it back. Popped up in the sky. D'Agostini at midfield, chests it down. Can't control possession. Berkeley will drop it back. Salinas will play it over to Davi Alexander. Ruiz. Salinas in his second year with the club. Berkeley plays it in. Overhead there. Let's say Bufu, and then Oladipo Thomas can't get to it either. This will go out for a goal kick. Clean game so far between these two teams. First ever MLS Next Pro meeting between these two sides. Talking to there in the circle, our head referee, Catherine McCormick, calming things down here at the moment. Mendez will play it out. Sesak down the line. Ball once again intercepted by Red Bulls 2. Giving it right back though is Capoto for Inter Miami. D'Agostini looking to turn and go as his jersey is grabbed, and that'll be our first booking of the game. Easy call here for Catherine McCormick. D'Agostini gets the ball, and there you can see the jersey tug. I think it's Davy Alexander who's going to have the yellow card. We'll wait for our official to give us.
A yellow card has been assessed to Red Bulls 2, number 89, Davy Alexander.
It is Davy Alexander. So first yellow of the game handed out to either side. So just when you say it's a clean game, we get our first booking. Intended for Ruiz. And one back there by Inter Miami's Abdi Reda. Abdi Reda doing a good job positioning himself in front of Ruiz to get that ball, almost like posting him out. Another giveaway here by Inter Miami, but Red Bulls give it right back to the Heron. This portion of the match is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. 15 minutes in here between New York Red Bulls 2 and Inter Miami. Scoreless. Shapiro Thompson has a little room to work with. Corner kick once again here for New York Red Bulls. Busy afternoon so far for Amos Shapiro Thompson. Outward swinging ball coming. Headed away. Not cleared away from danger yet. Ball bouncing around. Now Inter Miami able to get it out, but not able to fully clear it. We have a player down behind for Inter Miami. Getting up slow there is Tyler Hall. Infinity's seen a couple of shots, nothing on target as of yet. Meanwhile, Anthony Marcucci, he's made one great save already. Berkeley down the line. Red Bulls found that hit off Inter Miami last, and indeed it did. Shapiro Thompson loses possession. Montenegro plays it out wide. Knocked out of play by New York Red Bulls.
I didn't change anything.
Finnerty under pressure there, just plays it into the stands. You can see that press getting under the skin here of Inter Miami early. Forcing some mistakes, forcing some balls just played out past the touchline. Hall. Hall will send it up. Looking for DeAugustine. He brings it down. Now Inter Miami just having issues controlling possession in this game. The Red Bulls, though, have yet to take advantage of all these opportunities that they've had in the final third. Controlling the ball, but not creating any chances. Look how strong they are defensively, just allowing the 7 goals on the season. Meanwhile, they've only scored 8 goals on the year. That's actually 20th in the league. Only 5 players have scored goals on the season for New York Red Bulls. Looking at Wiki Carmona leading the way with 3, Ricardo Gourdet with 2. Only 2 players that have scored multiple goals for this New York Red Bulls side. Meanwhile, it's a team effort on the other side for Inter Miami. 9 different players have scored goals. Johnson for Nahib. Reconnect with Johnson, but that pass cut out by Salinas, and he'll play it all the way back to AJ Marcucci. Now to Salinas. Down the line, here's Berkeley. Berkeley, a little wiggle room to work with. Trying to switch sides is Thomas. Shapiro Thompson. Doncor. Oh, nice little threaded ball. Just too heavy for Thomas. It looks like Thomas actually misjudged that ball on the pass. Sebufu. Thomas, back post, and that one gets by the outstretched arm of Finnerty, and New York Red Bulls take the 1-0 lead in the 20th minute. Oladayo Thomas with a 2nd goal of the season. Nice, beautiful ball here from Sebufu, finding Thomas, and Thomas just goes back post. You can see Modesto Mendez trying to dive, going to the ground to make the stop, to block it, and then Finnerty unable to get his outstretched arm to stop that shot attempt. New York Red Bulls now have 9 goals on the season, and Oladayo Thomas has his 2nd of the year. Thomas in his first season with the club went to Santa Clara University. 7th start of the season for Thomas. And he gets the Red Bulls on the scoreboard first, and he also had a yellow card just handed out as well. So I wonder if maybe the ball was kicked away or something was said to Captain McCormick. Maybe something said to the benches. And they're saying it's Yostin Salinas giving the yellow. So 2 yellow cards already handed out in this game to New York Red Bulls. Look at Sebufu. How about his game? Last week gets his first goal, and this week gets an assist. Now New York Red Bulls hoping to get their 2nd game of the season with multiple goals if they can get to number 2.
New York Red Bulls 2, number 47, Yostin Salinas in the 21st minute.
This ball played out wide. And Miami looking to respond. Again, they had a great chance earlier in this first half in the opening minutes of the game. Here's Sebufu. Thomas looking for his 2nd, blocked away. Diarreta getting in front of that shot attempt. Sebufu drops it back, gets it on return. Ruiz will play this back to midfield. Salinas, who's just handed that yellow card, gives it over to A.J. Marcucci. Game could easily be 1-1 here. He had a great chance earlier that was denied by Marcucci. Thomas just misplayed what he wanted to do with that. He had Ibrahim Sule trailing on that play. I don't know if he wanted to bring it back to him or just got a poor touch in general. Shapiro Thompson, Sule, Doncor, back heel. Sebufu wanted that near post. Sebufu had a good look here. Nice little back heel by Doncor. Sebufu there had a chance, goes with his left. Thought was there on trying to curl it in. Nahib dropping back deep here for Inter Miami. As Inter Miami really having issues getting past midfield and controlling the ball. And then you'll see the foul right there called against Salinas. He has to be careful. He already has the yellow card handed out. Opportunity there for Inter Miami, electing to play it backwards and then change directions. But at some point, you're going to have to work up the field against this New York Red Bull side. You can't just keep retreating throughout the game. You need to find a way to push forward and try to create some sort of dangerous opportunity. See if they can create one right here. Montenegro plays it out wide. Possession lost once again by Inter Miami. Thomas thought Sebufu was going to be making a diagonal run to that far side. Sebufu going right down the center. Rebels defense just relentless on their press. He back top of the Areta. He'll play back to midfield. Mendez returns it back to Hall. He'll switch sides completely, looking for Sesak. Brings it down with his chest. Let's get in here, Miami, though, going backwards. Rebels, they'll take this. Making it difficult all season for teams to get multiple goals. Right now, Inter Miami just with one shot on target in this game. One shot in general. Johnson will play it back. 4 clean sheets here in the last 5 games for New York Red Bulls. The New York Red Bulls tied for the league in clean sheets, along with Colorado Rapids 2, San Jose Earthquakes, and the Columbus Crew 2. Doncor. Areta plays it into Nahib. He'll come near side for Johnson. Johnson will cut in as D'Agostini ahead of him. Johnson, good challenge here by Ruiz. Appreciate the effort right there from Ruiz. Good job getting that deflection as well to win the ball back. Oh, hard collision there as Berkeley goes down. Let's see what is done here. Abdi Areta pleading his case, and right now, nothing has come out of the pocket. Hard collision between Abdi Areta and Copeland Berkeley, getting the worst of this. See Abdi Areta coming over, wanting to play the ball. And then you also had Berkeley going down ahead of the ball that was at his waist. See him get up and walk off under his own power, so that's great to see. Chance here on the set piece now for Red Bulls 2. Let's say we'll go over it. Shapiro Thompson. This one blasted over. Good setup here on this set piece by Red Bulls 2. Nice ball in by Shapiro Thompson. Played down, and then Kasule coming on. He bent it around on that free kick. Was able to get to that ball, but unable to get anything on target. This portion of the match is brought to you by the Hospital of Special Surgery, the official hospital of the New York Red Bulls. Capoto will play it in. Capoto wearing the captain's armband. Capoto loses possession. So we will have a sub come in. So Avante Bowlings will come off.
Your attention, please.
And on will come Jaden Reed.
Red Bulls 2 entering the match. Number 2, Jaden Reed.
So off goes Mullings.
Number 88, Avante Mullings.
And Jaden Reed, the 21-year-old out of Elmont, New York, will come in, making his 7th appearance of the season. Quick night for Mullings, who was 8th in the league in tackles coming into tonight's game. Will play this back. 1-2-0 is our score. Oladayo Thomas with the lone goal in this one. That one coming in the 20th minute. Assisted by Frank Sebufu. As where we sit here at MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. Josh Toll with you this evening. First ever MLS Next Pro matchup between these two sides. Johnson will drop it off. Mahib with a little room to work with. Find Cameron Johnson again, but unable to do so as it's sent away by Salinas. 2 yellow cards also so far, one to Davi Alexander, the other one to Yostin Salinas. Hall will switch sides. Sasak. Finnerty making his debut here for Inter Miami.
Now we're stepping, 5 steps there, it's okay. Davi, go!
D'Agostini trying to get to the ball here in the channel. Good job there coming over by Salinas to break up that pass try. Long throw in. D'Agostini with a chance here. And an easy scoop by AJ Marcucci. D'Agostini does a great job getting a first touch on this to bring it down. Perfect position. Gets to his right foot, a strong foot. second save of the game for Marcucci. Shapiro Thompson gets on the return with the left, blocked aside. Ruiz goes out wide. Reed with his first touch of the game. Nahib. D'Agostini has Nahib making a run. Didn't see him. How many counter opportunities here so far for Inter Miami? Sule back. Shapiro Thompson. Montenegro. Reed on the edge of the area. Another corner here for New York Red Bulls. Fourth corner of the game for New York Red Bulls too. So that once again will send Shapiro Thompson over to the far side. Goal for New York Red Bulls coming in the run-up play. They're trying to get one here off a set piece. Inward swinging ball. Ten minutes until halftime. And at half, we'll take a look at the week that was in the match day rewind. Also have a great profile on Colorado Rapids, Yosuke Hanya, that you'll want to stick around for, as well as highlights from this one. Shapiro Thompson. Looking for Ibrahim Kasule, the 19-year-old. Kasule, even at a young age, talking with the head coach Ibrahim Sakaya, just talks about his high IQ that he is and just the way he sees the game differently. All beyond his years. Talking to him about both him and Frank Sebufu, both from Uganda, as this is slipped through to Thomas, and it's going to be smothered by Finnerty. But talking about both the players from Uganda, really still adapting here in the States, on the field as well as off. But really, they have the abilities that they want as players, and they fit in great with the system. Both have the talent, and they've seen that so far, and they're just waiting to see it continue to develop and see what else they can provide on the field. Obviously, Sebufu these last 2 weeks, the goal last week against New York City FC, and now the assist here today, showing what he can do up front. Reed. He'll relay it back. See the difference here between the Red Bulls and Miami. They want to be pushing forward. Meanwhile, it slipped in. Meanwhile, Inter Miami, they try to work it out in the back. They'll work with patience. The New York Red Bulls trying to keep it in the other half of the field. They don't want anything on their defensive side. Shapiro Thompson. Look at Kasule.
Hey, Karina, ahora vamos a mover.
Cucciari with 2 saves here tonight. Best keepers in the league. Those players are talking about Golden Glove here down the road. Beautiful night out in Montclair, New Jersey. New York Red Bulls looking for their 4th win of the season. Same for Inter Miami if they can equalize here. Trying to do that here before the break. And Miami just with 1 draw in the season. Meanwhile, 3 for New York Red Bulls. You know all about going to penalties. And Miami did that last week in the 2-2 draw against Philadelphia Union. Ultimately, Union able to come up with the extra points. Lucas Meeks got a late goal in that game for Inter Miami. That one coming in the 81st minute. Unfortunately for them, when it went to kicks, they weren't able to prevail. Johnson. Ball. A little giveaway by Inter Miami. Ruiz. Alexander. 2 center backs with the yellow cards here tonight for New York Red Bulls 2. Berkeley. Berkeley had that hard collision earlier with Abdi Areda, but he looks good to go here this evening since that happened. Here's Abdi Areda. Salinas will play it in, head it back. Good first touch there by Abdi Areda to bring that ball down. Salinas will play it all the way back to Marcucci. A bit under 5 minutes remains in the opening half of play. Coming into the night, Red Bulls 2, 5th in the standings. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami 2, 8th in the standings. Kennedy. Be a foul on Reed. See if Inter Miami can do anything with this opportunity here. See if they push forward here a little bit more. You see them retreat so much. And the retreat just allows New York Red Bulls to get on and chase them backwards and force mistakes. New York Red Bulls doing a great job picking and choosing when they want to put the pressure on the defenders to win the ball back. Sule with the foul. Johnson. Ball inching forward, plays it near side. Johnson. Caputo playing it out wide. Broken up by Jaden Reed. Sasak. Doncor Has two with him. It's Thomas and Sebufu. He'll go to Thomas. All able to get back, though, for Inter Miami. Thomas turns into the side of the webbing. He wanted that second goal of the game. Looking for his first brace. Tries to get this sharp angle. Sebufu able to tip this on. And then you get the shot attempt there by Oladayo Thomas. Thomas with the lone goal in this game in the 20th minute, and that's where we sit here 1-0. Sebufu somehow able to bring that down. That looked like it was going out across the end line for sure. Doncor. Stepping up was Berkeley. Reed subbed on for Avante Mullins about 15 minutes ago in the 30th minute. Ruiz at midfield. Here's Reed. Back to Ruiz. Shapiro Thompson. 1 minute of stoppage time will be added on here. Thomas weaving out of traffic. Ruiz.
Your attention, please. The fourth official on the side has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half.
Red Bulls looking to go in a half, possibly with 2 goals if they can do something here in the attacking third. Shove there from behind by Ibrahim Kasule. McCormick seeing that, calling the foul. And there is the whistle that will take us to half. It was 1 goal scored. It was by Oladayo Thomas. That one back in the 20th minute, assisted on the play by Frank Sebufu. New York Red Bulls here with the lead at the break. Our score here at half, New York Red Bulls 1, Inter Miami 0. A solid half, a dominant performance there for New York Red Bulls as they lead here 1-0. We will have highlights and stats from our first half coming up, but first let's look back at the week that was in this week's edition of the Match Day Rewind.
For summer's best soccer experience today. Our newest camp activities and proven curriculum.
With the close of Match Day 8, that means we are nearly 2 months into season number 2. Alongside Samara Perez, I'm Michelle Montaigne, recapping everything you need to know for Match Day 8.
In the East, Huntsville City FC closed out their 7-game road trip with a shootout win over Fire 2. HCFC will be searching for their first win of the season Friday and will look to make it a fitting one when they host Crown Legacy FC at their historic home opener. Jack Collison and company were able to spoil CLFC's home debut by beating them in a shootout. HCFC's inaugural match will take place at the newly renovated Wicks Family Field at Joe Davis Stadium. And our own Michelle Montaigne will be out there bringing you all the thrills. As for their rival, Crown Legacy FC is already equalizing records. Jose Tavares' squad tied Crew 2's 7-game winning streak record after a 2-1 win over Atlanta United 2. Vinicius Melo gave his team the early lead after getting on the end of a cross in the 4th minute. Then, in the 73rd, Marko Filipovic's strike from the right side of the box gave his team their 7th straight win and kept them as one of only 2 teams left unbeaten. Here's how the team celebrated their feat.
In the West, Rapids 2 moves into sole first place following their 1-0 defeat of Austin FC 2. Coming into this one, you knew Rapids 2 had the upper hand offensively, having scored a league-tied leading 20 goals. And on a day where offense was hard to come by, Marlon Vargas was the difference maker. He netted his 2nd goal of the season in the 51st minute, and following the match, described just how good that one felt.
Once, the ball came to me and I took my touch, I'm like, I'm going to shoot it. And when it went in, I was just not relieved, but I was like, okay, this is a start for our momentum going forward. And, once we got the ball, I feel like we kind of kept the ball a little bit more, but yet we were still defending in our own half. And I'm going to say it again, like how Eric said, it wasn't pretty, but, we got the 3 points, and that's the most important.
That result puts Rapids 2 at 7-0-1 on the season, an identical record to Crown Legacy FC, with those 2 teams the only ones left unbeaten in the league. And closing us out, we have the game that closed out Match Day 8 with an 8-goal match. Tacoma Defiance hosted MNU FC 2 in one of the more wild games we've seen this season, with MNU FC 2 leading 3-1 in the second half. Defiance scored 3 goals in the span of 12 minutes to take a lead into stoppage time. But Minnesota United FC 2's Rory O'Driscoll strikes the equalizer in the first minute of stoppage time to send this one to a shootout. Back-to-back opening saves from Andrew Thomas gave Defiance the edge. They took the thriller 4-2 in kicks from the spot following the highest scoring match of the day.
We've got another exciting weekend coming up in Match Day 9. Michelle and I will be back here with everything that stood out.
This week in our Player Profile Series, Samara caught up with Colorado's Yosuke Hanya, the MLS Next Pro Player of the Month for April.
Hey MLS Next Pro fans, we are back with a new edition of our Player Profile Series. I'm Samara Perez. Joining us from Colorado Rapids 2 is our first Player of the Month in 2023, Yosuke Hanya. Yosuke, welcome and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me today.
It falls centrally for Hanya, rebound, puts it away! Yosuke Hanya seals the deal.
Goes to Hanya, crawl to his left. Hanya looking for an equalizer. What a strike by Hanya, his 5th goal of the season.
Now, we first want to congratulate you on your recognition. Yosuke, after 7 weeks of play, you have just as many goals. How have you managed to score in every game you have played in so far?
Honestly, I think one of the big differences between last year and this year is that I think I put a lot of focuses on being in a right place at right time. Whenever my teammates take a shot, I always follow up and get ready for the second ball. So I think that's something makes me dangerous in an attacking third. And then, yeah, that's definitely something I'm focusing on this year.
And how does it feel to be recognized as this season's inaugural Player of the Month?
It feels amazing. I'm really happy that I got a Player of the Month in April. But at the same time, this is a 100% team effort. So I want to give a big shout out to my teammates and coaching staff for, this amazing start.
Now you touch on team effort. How would you describe the chemistry and the dynamics between your teammates and the coaching staff?
Everybody works so hard day in, day out, including coaching staff and the players. And we always make sure that we are on the same page every day. So yeah, I think the team has been in a great shape right now.
Yosuke, as we celebrate Asian Pacific Islander Month, talk to us about how proud you feel to be representing your native country in MLS Next Pro.
We have only a few people from my country in this league. So it means a lot to me to be representing my country here, also in this league. And then I just want to keep performing well for people back in Japan. And yeah, that's my mentality right now.
As you mentioned, there are only a few of you representing your homeland. Do you find that to be extra pressure, or does that motivate you?
I don't feel it as a pressure, more like a, like you said, motivation. Yeah, always whenever I play or I score the goals after the game, I got a lot of messages from my friends and my families, people from Japan. So it motivates me definitely, and yeah, I just want to play for those people.
What do you miss most from home?
Maybe family. Yeah, they are still trying to come over at some point, but I miss my family. Yeah, hopefully I just want to score as many goals as I can for my family, and then make them happy. Yeah.
Miraz headed on and in. Yosuke Hanya, ball in the box, and the fourth goal of the day. And Yosuke Hanya continues his scoring ways.
Now, Yosuke, what goals and aspirations do you have for this season in MLS Next Pro?
My goal is always to help the team win as many games as possible, and also help the team win the conference title at the end. At the same time, personally, I'm always trying to get to the first team. That's my personal goal for this year. But yeah, right now I just want to focus on what I can do with the second team, and then I want to keep performing well, keep scoring goals for the Rapids too. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, Yosuke, congratulations once again. We can't wait to see what more this season has in store for you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for kicking it with us. I'm Samara Perez. We'll see you back here soon.
Great piece right there on the league's leading goal scorer in Yosuke Hanya. Also, Colorado Rapids, too, the only team that remains undefeated in MLS Next Pro action as we take a look at the upcoming schedule. And we'll have midweek games on Wednesday with Crown Legacy FC taking on Philadelphia Union. That one at 7 p.m. Then Minnesota United, 8 p.m. Eastern. They will welcome in Los Dos to the Twin Cities. Meanwhile, Inter Miami, too, they will take on Orlando City B. That will be on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. And this New York Red Bulls team, they will take on Huntsville City up at Joe Davis Stadium. Huntsville City getting a big win over Crown Legacy last week to knock them off the top of the pedestal and give them their first loss of the season, as we'll take a look at now at the highlights from the first 45 minutes of play between New York Red Bulls and Inter Miami. Looking back at the opening 45 minutes, Inter Miami, they would get a great opening look here, brought down by Braxton Nahib. Wanted to go to that post, but going right down there to make the save was A.J. Marcucci. And then New York Red Bulls would put all the pressure on. This ball played over to Ruiz. Ruiz clipping it over the crossbar. Good setup, but just couldn't get the finish. Here, the ball sent in by Shapiro Thompson, and it headed wide by Sebufu. And then here's Sebufu with a nice threaded pass and Oladipo Thomas does the rest, slots it over to the far post to finish for the lone goal. Nice little back heel there. Sebufu trying to curl that in at the near post, unable to bend it in. New York Red Bulls, plenty of opportunities, but just with the one goal. But they're used to winning by one goal. Just one time this season, they've had multiple goals in a game, and that was last week in the New York Derby with a 2-0 win over New York City FC 2 as we take a look at the stats from the first 45 minutes of play. And here's the big difference. Possession, Miami 59% of it, but they're not doing much with it. They're not getting into the attack in third. They need to get on the other side of midfield to try to create some opportunities. 11 total shots for Red Bulls, 2, just the 1 on target, but that's all you need. Meanwhile, 3 blocked shots to 1. 4 corners, again, to 0 for Inter Miami. That's been their big issue. Controlling the ball, creating chance to even get a corner. We'll see how much more aggressive they are here in this second half against this New York Red Bulls 2 side. For New York Red Bulls, you have to stick with the game plan. Put that high press on the back line of Inter Miami because they are forcing that back line as well as the goalkeeper, Owen Finnerty, to make mistakes. You're seeing numerous balls that Finnerty's getting to his feet, and he's having to play it out past the touchline to try to keep the danger away with this press that New York Red Bulls puts on. If you're Ibrahim Sakai, you have to be very happy with what your team did there in the first 45 minutes of play. Meanwhile, for Federico Higuain, he's got to find a way to produce more opportunities and see who gets involved here in the second half. Of course, you wonder if subs will be made here to begin the second 45 play. We did have one sub in the first half, Jaden Reed coming on for Avante Mullins. That happened in the 30th minute. Beautiful evening here at MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey for the first ever MLS Next Pro meeting between New York Red Bulls 2 and Inter Miami CF 2. I'm Josh Toll with you this evening. The one lone goal scored in the 20th minute by Oladipo Thomas, assisted by Frank Sebufu. And that is where we stand here as we come out of the dressing room. Have to see if we'll get a little bit more action from Lorenzo D'Agostino. See if Miles Perkovic can be a little bit more active there in the final third as well. Cameron Johnson, we saw him get the ball to his feet, but just not able to produce any crosses there for the Heron. Okay, Miami coming into this game, they've scored 2 or more goals in their last 4 games. Struggling against one of the toughest defending teams in the league. 7 goals allowed for New York City Red Bulls. Red Bulls 2 coming into the night, we're 20th in goals scored with 8. They now have 9 on the season, but they've allowed the 5th fewest goals in the league. Columbus leading the way with 4 goals allowed. Changes here at half for Inter Miami. Fareed Sarsar is going to come in for Tyler Hall, and Lawson Sunderland will come in for Braxton Nahib. See if these subs make a difference here for the Heron as we begin the second 45 from MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. Josh Toll, thrilled to be with you this evening. Red Bulls up 1-0. They were the dominant performers there in this first half. See what Montenegro and company can do here as Montenegro plays it over to the touchline. Abade Herrera with a long run, but able to keep it in play. Good hustle there by Abade Herrera. Again, you go back to the first half. Inter Miami, they got things going there in the opening 3 minutes. Looking to do the same here in the second 45, but they need control possession here the final third more than they did in that opening half play. 59% possession in that first half for Inter Miami, but most of it was holding the ball in their defensive third. This ball crossed in. Dangerous ball punched away by Marcucci. That's what you want to see if you're Inter Miami. Now New York Red Bulls looking to counter, and ball won back right away by Inter Miami. That was Fareed Sarsar winning the ball back for the Heron. Step over and go. Perkovic, back post. Perkovic does have 1 goal in the season. Then you look at 9 different goal scorers for Inter Miami. Talk about the epitome of your entire team scoring. It's just a team right there that you have to be happy with. It's not just one player that's dominant. Edison Ascona as well as Israel Boatwright both call up to the Dominican Republic for the U20 FIFA World Cup. It's going on in Indonesia. Began yesterday, goes on until June 8th. First of 2 meetings here between these two sides. They'll meet again July 2nd down in Miami. Berkeley will play it in. Rebels team so confident in the strength of their defense. They're not worried when they're up just 1-0. It's a quite comfortable lead for them. Finnerty with his first start of the season. He'll play it to the near side. Perkovic loses possession. Here's Reed. Reed crossing the ball in. That's a Bufu in there, but unable to connect. Pereira. Sunderland will play it back. Shapiro Thompson trying to get by DiAgostini, plays it in. Thomas knocked off the ball. Sunderland there tripped up. And restart here for Inter Miami. Sasak plays it in. Sunderland. Sunderland, big body there in the central part of the field, 6'4". Does have a goal in the season as well. Perkovic working his way inside. Sasak. Ball right there, that allowed AJ Marcucci to get underneath it. Mendez. Sasak. Pudo will play it out wide. Pereira will play it on the wing. Pudo will go inside. Sasak pokes it out. Modesto. Perkovic. Rebels, 9 goals now in the season. 5 different players have scored, but they now have 3 players with multiple goals. Pomona leading the team with 3 goals. Then you have Ricardo Godet with 2 goals, as well as Oladipo Thomas. He got his second of the season back in the 20th minute. DiAgostini. They shield away the defender in Ruiz. Perkovic. Mendez. Saw a lot of this in the first half. Inter Miami just going side to side as opposed to going vertical. You have to go more vertical here as an opportunity maybe for Johnson to do just that. Little step over, crossing right into the arms of AJ Marcucci. 3 players in the box there for the Heron. Cameron, though, unable to connect with one of his targets. Marcucci with 2 saves here in the game. He's 25 now on the season. He's looking for his 4th clean sheet. Mikowski has the other one, getting that last weekend. Thomas plays it out wide. Too heavy of a touch on the pass. Perkovic. See 2 players right on Perkovic going between one of the legs, but unable to get the ball back. Played a space to get by Reed. It was the player he nutmegged. Sarsar back to Finnerty. Sarsar coming in for Tyler Hall. Meanwhile, Austin Sunderland, the other sub who's in the midfield, came in for Braxton Ahib. On the other side, just the one sub that happened in the first half with Jaden Reed coming on for Avante Mullins. That back in the 30th minute. Thomas striding up. Curled ball, looking for Sabufu. Johnson. Abadir Reda. Abrahams kind of has to be happy with the way that his team is keeping their shape on the field. Working on the structure coming into tonight's game and done a good job so far. There's an opportunity, blocked aside. Donkor, Ruiz. D'Agostino will drop it back. Montenegro has Perkovic to the right. That's where he goes. Sesak trailing, making a run. He'll get the pass. Sesak with the cross. Miami definitely a little bit more creative here in the second half. Seen a lot of crosses going into the box, but not finding their intended targets. Cucci with one really solid save where he had a dive to the left to make a stop on Braxton Ahib back in the opening minutes of the first half. You see one of those again. Make AJ Marcucci have to work for the save. See if you can get him to spill the ball, maybe get a rebound goal. Johnson. D'Agostini. Montenegro can't get to the ball. Sule will play into the circle. Ruiz tripped up. They have 2 yellow cards handed out in the first half, both to the center backs of New York Red Bulls 2. Rebels looking for their 5th clean sheet in their last 6 games. They can hold on for this win. And there you get the poor pass back. Again, the press of the New York Rebels harping on, because there you see the mistake that was made leading to this corner. And Shapiro Thompson will go over to the far corner now for the Red Bulls. Just those little giveaways, they play such a big factor throughout the game. And now New York Rebels winning on all phases of this game tonight. Shapiro Thompson nodded away. That was Sarsar that was able to clear it originally, and then Montenegro sends it out past the touchline. Referees tonight, Catherine McCormick. Assistant referees Justin Lopez, as well as Alexandru Fasea, our 4th official. Ernie Constantine tonight. Ruiz to the near side, Reed. Reed attacked the area, nearly tripped over by Perkovic. Now he does go tumbling down. So this will come back to the foul that was committed by Perkovic earlier. Reed was able to keep his feet for a moment before going to the ground. Here's that foul. There you see Perkovic getting the leg on. Chance here on the free kick. Now we'll have another sub. Lucas Meek coming on for Inter Miami for Lorenzo D'Agostini. Brian Destin also coming on for the Heron.
Come on, guys, compete! Organize, compete!
Driven near post. Shapiro Thompson cleared away by Inter Miami. As Destin getting his first touch.
Entering the match, number 67, Brian Destin. And entering the match, number 45, Lucas Meek. They're in for number 63, Lorenzo D'Agostini.
So D'Agostini off.
And number 57, Miles Perkovic.
And Miles Perkovic also off.
These substitutions occurred in the 60th minute.
Now shape, organize, second goal. Look up, yes, go!
Headed up. Sabufu. Ruiz. Ruiz trying to squeeze by 2 defenders. Maintains possession.
Come on. Hey, God.
Marcus Meek giving a touch. Winning a throw. Now Ricardo Godet will come in.
Your New York Red Bulls 2. Entering the match, number 70, Diego Silva Santos. Also entering number 33, Juan Gutierrez Ruiz.
Juan Gutierrez Ruiz will also come in. And Godet will come in.
They're in for number 45, Copeland Berkeley. Number 89, Navi Alexandre. And number 48, Ronald Doncor. These substitutions made in the 63rd minute.
Now Miami charging up the field as it's poked out wide. This portion of the match is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Played down the line. It'll find its way into the stands. So both sides here make subs. Back post. Sunderland. Patience here for Inter Miami. Godet giving a chase there, trips up the player. Inter Miami wanted a call, didn't get it. Shapiro Thompson crossing it on the ground. Godet. Reed. Back post ball. In the vicinity right there was Sebufu, who nearly got his head to it. Good job there was Owen Finnerty making his first start. Sunderland will play back. Poto will go outside. Sunderland tipping it on. Captain Capoto. Sesak. Nice ball there by Sesak. See if Inter Miami can do anything with it. Godet, 2 goals on the season. Came in as a sub moments ago. Sorry. He was one of the second half substitutions as well for Inter Miami. Mendez. Both teams have used 4 substitutions, so each with 1 remaining. Chance here for Red Bulls 2. Numbers ahead. Sule will play it out wide. Nice threaded ball. Ija. Corner coming once again for the Red Bulls. Sixth corner of the night here for New York Red Bulls. Corday at the top of the box. Shapiro Thompson, Corday. Lofted in, punched away, but not out. Kasule blocked off the line. Kasule had a great chance, and it looked like it was Lawson Sunderland there that cleared the ball off the line. Perfect place for Sunderland, getting back to help his keeper out. Johnson heads it up into the sky. Gutierrez plays it back. Reed. Sule turns away. Salinas. There's Davy Alexander coming off as one of the subs. He did have a yellow card, so you wonder if Salinas might stay on for the whole game or if he'll come off maybe at some point with one sub remaining. Here's Reed crossing. Meek sends it forward. And Destin near the ball as Marcucci sends it back to the other side of the field. Poto. Meek. Marcus Meek leading the way in scoring for Inter Miami with 3 goals on the year. Here's that last opportunity for New York Red Bulls. Really had the second goal of the game. Nice ball in here. See it punched away initially, comes to Kasule, gives it with a right foot, and back near the inline is Sunderland protecting that line, preventing that ball from going over it. He's a good yard, maybe even 2 off of it, but in the perfect spot. He's not there, that's for sure the second goal for the Red Bulls. Montenegro, little step over. Montenegro working his way to the corner, will win a throw. 1-0 on a score here at MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. Lone goal coming from Oladow Thomas back in the 20th minute of the first half. And that is where we stand. Finnerty, diagonal ball out wide, just over the head and out of play. Johnson. Played back by Meek. Bidiareda. Sarsar. Mendez to the near side. Sunderland, who made that nice save off the end line. Montenegro. Montenegro had Johnson ahead. If he can get that ball to Johnson, Johnson's got plenty of green to work with. Sarsar in the circle. Mendez. Johnson with the back heel, but couldn't get it by Reed. Basule. Nice through ball ahead of Thomas. Thomas working his way inward. Thomas to that right foot. Miami doing a much better job here attacking in the second half. Nothing to show for it as of yet. It's tough whether it's AJ Markuchian or Alan Rakowski. 4 total clean sheets on the season for this New York Red Bulls side as they look for their 5th. This press so difficult to get by. It starts with the front 2 up top. We also look at this back line of New York Red Bulls, no matter who's, and they make it difficult as well. Whether you're on the wings trying to get by, whether it's Mullings or Berkeley here tonight who started. Obviously Jaden Reed and Deja now in. Here in the second half making things difficult. You also add in Juan Gutierrez, who came out as a sub for Davi Alexander. Of course you have Salinas, the center back. In the 75th minute, 1-0 is our score. New York Red Bulls 2 on top of Inter Miami. Josh Toll with you this evening here from MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. These two teams will meet again July 2nd down in Miami. We've seen each other before back in their USL Championship days. First time here in MLS Next Pro. Montenegro playing it down the line. Dangerous chance here for Inter Miami. Square ball across, blocked aside. Deja getting in front of that ball. Thomas is going to run out of real estate. Heron looking for an equalizer here late. The shot over! Marcucci trying to dive to make that save, but just over the crossbar. Great opportunity here as Inter Miami's gaining confidence late. Beautiful ball back, just wide. See if Inter Miami can build off that. Stealing a little bit of momentum here late. This portion of the match is brought to you by the Hospital for Special Surgery, the official hospital of the New York Red Bulls. Sarsar. Finnerty, he's been tested tonight. Just allowed the 1 goal in his first start. Meanwhile, AJ Marcucci once again showing why he's one of the best in the business here in MLS Next Pro. Marcucci looking for his 4th clean sheet. It'll be the 5th of the season for New York Red Bulls. Turning on this is Deja. Sarsar plays it back. Mendez. Just had a goal earlier, about 5 minutes ago, by Ibrahim Kasule of New York Red Bulls 2, but it was blocked off the line by Lawson Sunderland. Poto. Montenegro. Johnson. Sesak. Poto. Sarsar will go out wide. Sunderland brings it back. Abrera takes a deflection off the head of Johnson and into the arms of Marcucci. Good chance here by the Heron. This takes a deflection, goes right to Cameron Johnson. Was able to get his head to it, just not enough power behind that. He was off balance there on the shoulder of Reed. Montenegro. Shapiro Thompson plays it outside. Day giving up the ball there for New York Red Bulls. 4 subs so far for New York Red Bulls. So Cameron Johnson just right now running out of a little bit of steam. He's just ushering the ball out of play.
Your attention, please. Substitution for your New York Red Bulls 2. Entering the match, number 91, Bento Estrella.
So now Bento Estrella on.
Exiting the match, number 80, Ricardo Gourdet.
And Ricardo Gourdet will go on. So
Substitution made in the 80th minute.
15 minutes of action for Ricardo Gourdet before Estrella comes on. Both these two teams playing this week. Thursday, Inter Miami will welcome in Orlando City B. That'll be 7 p.m. down in Miami. Meanwhile, for Red Bulls 2, they will play Friday. They'll be on the road at Huntsville at Joe Davis Stadium. That one will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Huntsville with a big win over Crown Legacy. Red Bulls looking to make it 2 in a row here if they can get this victory here tonight, if they can hold on to this 1-0 scoreline. Salinas. Under 10 minutes remains. Red Bulls looking to get their 3rd win at home on the season. Red Bulls 2 have yet to actually lose on the road. 1 win and 2 draws. Poto bang the ball, broken up by Reed. Ball played to space. Thomas able to get to it. Get around there. And Modesto Mendez. Mendez in his 4th season for the Cuban national player. Johnson trying to turn away. Reed pushing back beyond midfield. Sule appreciating the effort there as he gave Reed a high five as he went by. Sarsar. Sesak. Johnson. Sabufu. Maybe a chance here for Red Bulls to get their second one. Played out wide, crossed. Thomas was in the area. Couldn't get his toe to it though, just a little bit too far in front of him. Good build up right there. DJ with a nice ball across, just out of the reach. And tonight for New York Rebels, that put them up there in that third spot where New England Revolution is right now. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami, they'll stay in that 8th place. New York City FC right there above them. In that 7th spot also with 10 points. And then you look at Philadelphia Union behind them with 10. Fire also trying to move up in the standings if they're able to get some points tonight. Fire though right now trailing in the 83rd minute to Toronto FC 2. Another game going on that's just beginning. North Texas taking on Houston Dynamo in the Lone Star State. North Texas up 1-0. And then the late game tonight, you have Vancouver Whitecaps 2 taking on Tacoma Defiance. That one will kick at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sabufu, nice little ball to Thomas. Offside flag, though, was up. Good connection between Sabufu and Thomas here this evening. Tough one. It's one of those ones where you wish you had VAR. See how close that really was. Sarsar. Miami looking for some late magic tonight. Jaden Reed also with a yellow card for New York Red Bulls 2. Cleared away by Deja, but not out of danger. Heron looking to get an equalizer. Drop back. Poto to the near side. Behind the intended target in Sesak. Push from behind there on Sesak.
Your attention, the yellow card was assessed to New York Red Bulls 2, number 2, Jaden Reed in the 86th minute.
Red Bulls, if they can get another goal, it'd be just the second time this season they've scored 2 or more goals in a game. Even with how good this defense is. You want to see those multiple goals to just try to put games away for sure. Thomas just going to go to the corner and waste some time. Thomas once again back to that corner. A yellow card, just a little too much yelling there by Oladipo Thomas. He thought the ball was out of play, or kept in play, I should say. Didn't agree with it. Gotta keep those emotions under control. Understand the frustration there by Thomas. Just got to keep your cool a little bit more. That's one that the youngster will learn. Thomas, the lone goal in this game, coming back in the 20th minute.
Vamos, come on, Ivo. Come on, Ivo.
Dijal played in. No one there, though, for Red Bulls. Too much weight on this pass try from Inter Miami. AJ Marcucci will fall on the ball and let some more time run out. So stoppage time will be added on here in the second half. AJ Marcucci, 3 saves in the game. Meanwhile, for Owen Finnerty, he's had a save here tonight. Johnson, nice little slip ball. This one blocked away. The follow-up, ball still is headed up. Not on target, though. Inter Miami with maybe their best chance this evening. Still held off the score sheet in terms of goals. Great chance here. Nice little slip ball to Sunderland. You get the initial save. Johnson falling up. Then he gets his head to it. No, it was punched away by Marcucci. He went up and over the head of Cameron Johnson to punch that ball away. Great effort there from AJ Marcucci to keep that ball out. Johnson gets his head to it. Maybe that's a goal for sure. Thomas. Ruiz. Sunderland will play it outside. Meek. Foul called here against Red Bulls with this 4 minutes of added stoppage time. Plenty of time here for Inter Miami to level this thing up. I want to get this one to a shootout if they can. Fell in the shootout last week to Philadelphia Union, 6-5. Trying to give themselves an opportunity just to get to that. The service. Reda. Montenegro will simply reset. cross into the box, headed down. What a nice ball in here by the Heron. But once again, unable to get on target. Great effort right there by Brian Destin. So then after this, we'll have our man of the match. Match presented to you by Adidas. New York Red Bulls holding on to a 1-0 lead. Dial Thomas with his second goal of the season, coming in the 20th minute, assisted by Frank Sebufu. Miami still showing life. With a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Trying to find a late equalizer. We're down to the dying moments of this game. Reed plays it high into the air. Sesok needs to play this in quickly. We have a yellow card handed out to the bench of Inter Miami. So Federico Higuain touching the ball before it was out of play. So they're going to give the ball to New York Red Bulls. So the head coach of Inter Miami got the ball before it fully went out is what they're saying. He wanted to play that quickly. He was trying to give it to Sesok, his own player. You can't fault him for what he wanted to do, but the ball, they're saying, was not over the touchline. So the illegal touching by the coach leads to the free kick. Now Inter Miami really need to work to get up the field. And there is the final whistle, and New York Red Bulls 2 gets the win over Inter Miami by a score of 1-0. It was Ola Dial Thomas getting a lone goal back in the 20th minute, assisted by Frank Sebufu. As we'll take a look at tonight's man of the match, which is Ola Dial Thomas of New York Red Bulls 2, and this is presented to you by Adidas. And here it is, back in the 20th minute. Nice little threaded ball by Sebufu going far post is Ola Dial Thomas. He is our man of the match, presented to you by Adidas. A strong finish for Inter Miami, but they're going to come up short here tonight as Ola Dial Thomas gets his second goal of the season and helps propel his team to their fourth win of the season. Up next for them Friday, 8 p.m. at Huntsville. Meanwhile, for Inter Miami, Thursday they will host Orlando City B. That will be at 7 p.m. For our entire MLS Pro broadcast crew, I am Josh Toll. Once again, our final score is New York Red Bulls 1, Inter Miami 0. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.